and Chief Executive. Simon, thanks for coming in.
Nice to meet you. Well, significant discovery. We're at a fairly early stage in the project. We've discovered a significant amount of copper and gold. The interesting thing is the grades. The grades are phenomenal. We're about 10% copper equivalent. The average copper mine is well below 1%. So the size...
I don't know what that means for a layperson.
That's right. Well, 1% is what's kind of economic. Well, less than 1% is what's economic. If you've got 10 times that, then it's significantly more economic, a lot more profitable.
And the quality's better, is what you're saying.
Very, very good.
And is that the copper side or the gold?
The other interesting thing is we've got a partner called Freeport McMoRan. It's the biggest copper producer in the world, listed producer, and that company is advancing the project with us. So not only have we got a potentially huge project, but we've got a really good partner, a strong partner to move that further forward. We actually run a partnership model. So what we do is we partner up with companies that actually provide the cash to get to feasibility. So Freeport is providing the cash and undertaking the work now, taking it to feasibility, but we'll have to fund when we go into development. And so we're on the road talking to countries, etc., and companies about copper. A break even on this sort of project, it's been an underground project. We need about a bit over 1% copper, and we're starting off with 10% copper. So
right.
This is highly profitable.
But I was talking about we're winning profitable.
We actually, because we have a very large gold credit, we're actually profitable, or potentially could be profitable at very, very low prices. So even if the price went down, to hedge, I wouldn't see production before like those 3-4 years at least, maybe even a little bit longer.
And of course, China.
Pricing and the view. Analysts' view last year was that we'd be oversupply in terms of copper into this year. A research report last year was saying that there'd be oversupply about 75,000 tons. They've halved that projection now. The reality is that China uses 40% of the world's copper and actually increased its copper usage last year to 11% more. So the reality is a slowdown. We've been talking about a slowdown today, but that's still a lot of growth. 7% growth is still significant growth. That's still a lot of copper usage. But on the sort of short term is choppy. I don't think anyone can make a really easy prediction as to where the price is going. I think around the levels we are now, it's sort of 7,680, something like that. Those are really good levels. But if you then look at a few years out, then you can see price moving up. There's research analysts saying that you could have more than 10,000.
Is that because
and people are revising that oversupply down, and the reality is that China actually is using more copper. If you just look at the electrification of China, all of those high-tension cables of copper increased 11% spend in China. So while there might be less spending in China, we're seeing that the metal use is probably going to go up. And if you look 5 years out, the mines just aren't being built. The mines are...
That's a huge undertaking, isn't it?
Olga Toyoy on the Mongolian border. It's taken 17 years and they're just into production.
Well, a lot of...
And all of that impacts the copper price. So we're seeing a lot of resource nationalisation in countries where the countries want a higher tax, they want a bigger share of that production, and all of that impacts the price. Right. And so that's all beneficial for the miners if you've got a mine in production.
But Simon, you have the...
We're an explorer and we work...
Simon Ingram there from Reservoir.